Bhuvaneshwar bowls to Amla, who flicks this one coming in. He's going to get runs here. He's beaten the man at mid-on. It'll probably run away to the boundary, or will the fielder drag it in? Ishant Sharma just gets to the ball about 2 meters inside the boundary, sends the return in, but not before Hashim Amla comfortably comes back for the third run. So Amla now on 47 and South Africa 119 for 1. This should be the subject of a serious investigation as to how the wicket has changed completely from last night, Ashish. Yesterday it looked like a viper, like a cobra that was spitting every now and then, and now it looks like a benign, simple track. Yes, I know the quality of batting makes a big difference, but certainly South Africa have batted brilliantly and taking nothing away from that, but the wicket has not misbehaved at all.
Yeah, एक शोध विद्यार्थी के लिए एक अच्छा विषय है.
It could be a good job for a research scholar. You're right. This one's played away defensively on the onside. And somehow the penetration of the Indian bowlers, I think the point you made earlier, and this is not an excuse or not a reason, because we never know what would have happened, but at the point when the game was stopped, India had their tails up completely. And who knows what might have been, but that's all history. Right now, India need wickets desperately. They need 3 or 4 of them quickly. But right now, not even one seems to be on its way, as this one's defended up towards mid-off by Dean Elgar. So today, South Africa have added, 102 runs, is it? They started at 17, and they're now 119. So they've added 102 runs in the time of play that we've seen, which is coming up to be 2 normal sessions, 15 minutes less than 2 normal sessions, because the first session was only an hour and a half, and they've done really well. Now need just 122. So one of the contests that we might see, unless someone gets a cracking 30 or 40, Ashish, could well be whether the game finishes today or goes into tomorrow for a little while. Outside the off stump once again for the, 40th time, the ball beats the bat, but without finding the outside edge, and goes through into the gloves of Parthiv Patel. 119 for 1. Last ball of the over coming up, and of course at the end of this over we will take a quick short break for the news headlines, which will come in after this delivery, which is the last ball of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's 14th over, the 51st over of the innings. 119 for 1, South Africa really on the way to a record establishing victory. Outside the off stump left alone, and we'll now go to the news headlines.
News headlines this hour. India committed to take bilateral relations with Cambodia to a new high, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi after talks with his Cambodian counterpart. The two countries signed 4 MOUs. In Afghanistan, a suicide bombing has killed at least 40 people and injured 140 others in the center of capital Kabul. In Yemen, a drone strike killed 7 suspected Al-Qaeda terrorists in the southern part of the country today. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley today said the government's aim is to provide an easy environment for doing business in India. And in badminton, Saina Nehwal stormed into the final of the Indonesia Masters. Now it's back to our commentary team.
Thank you. So for our listeners who've been looking for some good news from Johannesburg, I'm afraid we don't have too much yet, but we do have the news, as you just heard on the news headlines, of Saina Nehwal making it into the final of the Indonesian Open, and possibly that is the only bright spot from a sporting perspective today. Of course, Bopanna is in the finals. We'll have to see how that goes of the Australian Open. But back to the cricket in Johannesburg now, 119 for 1. And really, Ashish, you have to give full credit to Dean Elgar. He was the center of controversy yesterday. He'd been hit. He went for concussion tests to the hospital, and now he's batted like an absolute champion. Here's the next one from Bumrah. The ball angles in. It looked like yesterday or day before this ball would have crashed through the defense and hit the wickets. Today, it just goes softly, and or maybe Amla makes it look simple, and he defends it quietly on the offside with absolutely no difficulty and no problem whatsoever. 119 for 1, the 52nd over of the innings in progress. A good crowd in at the Wanderers today to see South Africa battle here, and they've done so well. And this time Amla glides the ball down towards short third man, where KL Rahul, who's just had a brilliant IPL bid of 11 crores, runs up and picks the ball and sends the return in, not before Amla comes back for 2. He's up to 49. South Africa powering along now, have crossed the halfway mark of their victory target. They are now 121 as a result of those 2 runs, and that 121 means they are now just 120 runs away from a victory. So halfway mark achieved with just 1 wicket down, and 117 run rocking partnership between Hashim Amla and Elgar. This is classic test match cricket, classic test match batting. Here's Bumrah bowls, and Amla pushes off the back foot, punching it away beautifully. He's going to pick up 1, possibly 2. He'll come back for the second run very comfortably before Bhuvneshwar Kumar gets to the ball. Now the gaps in the field are there. The gap is being found, and Hashim Amla gets his second 50. The entire dressing room in South Africans rise as one to acknowledge what has been an absolutely brilliant performance on a wicket which has been treacherous and has played tricks. Hashim Amla's second 50 of the match virtually seals it for South Africa, I would say. And Amla's 37th 50, Pillai, our statistician, giving us this information, is 6th against India, and the next one is defended on the onside. 63 in Cape Town in 2007, 81 in Chennai in 2008, 51 in Kanpur on the same tour, 59 at Cape Town in 2011, 82 at Centurion in January 18, which was just a few days back, and then 51 not out here at Johannesburg on the 27th of January, a day after Republic Day. So Hashim Amla driving South Africa, I beg your pardon, towards victory. Once again punches it away. There are going to be runs here. Virat Kohli gives chase. Will he take the second and take the Indian captain's throw on? No, he decides not to. Just 1. He's comfortable. He's happy. He's 52. And South Africa powering along now on the way to victory. 124 for 1.
मजबूत साझेदारी दूसरे विकेट के लिए अब तक हाशिम आमला.
Bhuvaneshwar bowls to Amla, who flicks this one coming in. He's going to get runs here. He's beaten the man at mid.